You don't see it, but right now, all around me, there are lots and lots of holes. We call them cores, to check if it's worthwhile having a mine here.
It was the constant noise of machinery on the other side of the lake to where Jacques built his house that caught his interest one morning in 2016.
We were very surprised because there was a lot of noise, and that's when we went to check what was going on without really any warning.
Generators, drills, the inhabitants of this tourist hotspot in southwestern Quebec discovered a mining exploration site in these woods. The resources are promising: a potential gold mine, or rather a graphite mine, an essential mineral in the manufacture of batteries for electric vehicles.
In the year of construction, these chalets are 60, 80 years old.
Like most of his concerned neighbours, Jacques turned to the mayor of Duhamel. Despite several meetings with the mining exploration company, the elected official still has many questions.
Unfortunately, I'm in the same state of ignorance as my constituents. We sent a letter to the minister saying we wanted to be involved, but we haven't even heard back from them. My understanding of the process is that the government wants to ask the mining industry to do a social responsibility analysis. And it's up to them to decide when and how they're going to do it. I'd say I've been abandoned by our government to benefit the mining industry.
In Canada, buying a claim, a mineral exploration title, is easy. All you need is an internet connection, a credit card, and around 50 euros to buy the right to dig on public land.
Face aux défis climatiques, il est plus que jamais essentiel pour le Québec de poursuivre sa transition énergétique. Et la décarbonisation passe entre autres par les minéraux critiques et stratégiques. Graphite, lithium, cobalt, cuivre ou encore nickel. Sans eux, pas de véhicules électriques, pas d'avions, pas de panneaux solaires ni d'éoliennes.
To become a champion of electric energy, Quebec wants to extract large quantities of so-called critical and strategic minerals from its soil, dubbing them minerals of the future. As a result, the purchase of exploration titles has exploded to over 10% of the province's territory, according to data from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry.
If you look over there, you can see a mountain of mining waste right in front of us.
This region in western Quebec is all too familiar with the cohabitation of mines and people.
Right now, we are at the largest open-pit mine in an urban environment in Canada. The Eiffel Tower could fit in this hole here. This is a glimpse of what's in store for southern Quebec if we don't take action to better regulate the mining industry.
According to this lawyer from the region, the current gold rush calls for a civic and legislative awakening to protect both people and the environment.
In red are mining claims on bodies of water, lakes and rivers. We can see that this has reached every region of the province. In southern Quebec, as in the north, it's now practically the industry norm to make open pits this way, which wasn't always the case in the past. Historically, it wasn't always like this. With open pits, the environmental impact is tenfold. Waste that is stored there forever on the land will also threaten bodies of water.
The Premier of Quebec, who alone is responsible for the final decision on whether or not to authorize the opening of a mine on his territory, assures us that nothing will be done without due diligence. But this expert in sustainable mining practices says the current law remains largely favorable to the mining industry, a holdover of the free mining legacy created at the time of the British Empire.
One day, a jurist in England decided that there was a divide between the ground surface and subsoil. In North America, California came up with this notion. And let's not forget that this was a time when North America had, apart from centuries-old Native American rule, no established colonial governance. But now, there are lots of people on this land. There are more people who want to be consulted and know what we're going to do with the territory for our children and then our grandchildren.
To counter the onslaught of mining exploration in the digital age, some Quebecers are now buying the exploration titles around them to protect themselves. The Quebec Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry, for its part, is promising a new bill to regulate the mining sector as early as this year.